Yeah, well, teaching isn't something that I've done a ton of. It's something I really enjoy doing. It's almost came as a surprise to me when I started doing it. I just really kind of love doing it. But it's not something I do on a regular basis. Like mostly when I'm touring, I'll, we all do workshops and give lessons when we're touring. And I would say that when I'm teaching, I think the best teachers are people who have had to deal with a lot of issues in their development. Like if you are somebody who's just so phenomenally talented that you've never had a single roadblock in your development, then it might be hard for you to relate to a student who has a certain problem, because you'd just be like, well, no, it's easy, And I would say I'm a little bit of a combination of that. Some things have been very easy for me, and some things I've really had to work on hard. So I think studying with Charlie Banakis was really helpful in that way, because he had very specific approaches to problems. And so, I try to, I'm very much like a problem solver, so I try to address very specifically what a student lacks maybe in certain areas. But, let me start this again, because really at a broader level, I think what I really try to get through to students, especially advanced students, and I pretty much only teach advanced students, is a lot of the kind of Lee Konitz philosophy, which is, if we're going to improvise, let's improvise for sure, for real, and let's actually make something up in the moment that we haven't learned before. And people often are under the illusion that they're improvising when they're actually not. It's like, I'll have somebody come in and I'll be like, play me a tune, so he plays a tune. I'm like, okay, can you play me like a different version, and maybe now think of the word spiky while you're playing. And then it's kind of the same, and I'm like, no, so let's think about what the idea of improvisation is, and let's really, develop those skills in a serious way. Because if you're going to improvise, it's the same as if I'm going to talk about an advanced subject in English. I better have a good command of the English language. So we develop the language in the goal of being able to express something emotional and truly of the moment. Okay, Dan Tepfer.